With the death of millions during World War I, a religious movement
Shout out to Mandy Patinkin.
called Spiritualism was flourishing. One of its greatest disciples was Houdini's friend, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes.
Doyle had lost a son in the First World War, and various mediums had brought Doyle's son back to him to kiss him on the forehead and to speak to him.
Oh, my darling. Thank God. Thank
Conan Doyle's wife offered to hold a seance for Houdini.
God. Oh, so often.
Okay, so what Corndiff was asking earlier was Harry Houdini a believer in any of this at any point? And this is where we see that turn. He didn't mind putting on a show, faking it, but to some extent, he really did have an earnest desire to seek it out, especially when his mother died. When his mother died, a lot of people came out of the woodwork trying to sell him on a seance to let him speak to his mother. And he was able to see through the tricks, but he was also willing to give people a chance. He was willing to see if maybe someone could make him believe. And then Arthur Conan Doyle, his buddy, the friend with whom he disagrees fundamentally, but entertains and allows to be called a wizard and detachable arm man, his wife says, "I'll bet I can do it." And he says, "You're on."
She claimed she could receive a message from his mother.
You beloved boy.
Harry was extremely skeptical, but he agreed.
The message was in English, and Houdini said his mother knew almost no English. She spoke a kind of mixture of German, Hungarian, and Yiddish, so he was sure that the message was a fraud.
Enraged by the exploitation.
So in reality, there's a lot more to this. First off, she writes the letter that is supposedly from his mother in English. She knew no English. She calls him Harry and says, "Hi, Harry." He says, "Harry's my stage name. My mother would never call me that. That's not my real name." And then she put crosses on it, saying that she was compelled by spirits to put crosses on it. And he said, "I'm Jewish." And
To which she screamed and then ran out of the room.
This enraged him, and he said, "How fucking dare you? I'm going to destroy not just you, but your entire profession."
Of his grief, Houdini began a crusade against spiritualists. He went to seances in disguise, confident that he was uniquely suited to expose their trickery. "It takes a flim-flammer to catch a flim-flammer," he said. Harry was back in the headlines.
He told me that he thought they were wicked. They preyed on poor people. They'd spend their last dollar to hear the voice of a loved one.